Hey, welcome back to my channel, Dash of Luxe. If you're new here, welcome. So glad you decided to click on this video because today I'll be talking about my most and my least used SLGs of 2025. So if that's something you're interested in, then keep watching. So if you're not familiar with the term SLG, it stands for small leather goods, and I love a good SLG. So I had a hard time with this video because I had to narrow it down to like my top 3 or 4 SLGs that I've used this year. And I had to figure out which ones I didn't use so much. I have a lot of SLGs, so I had a hard time with that part too. But we're going to start with the ones that I've used the most, that I've been loving this year. And the first one has to be my all-time favorite SLG, which is the Louis Vuitton Mini Pochette. And I own a few of these, but this is the one that I've been using a lot this year. It is the bi-color empreinte pattern in the black and the cream. And I use mini pochettes for my cash, my credit cards, my ID. If you're considering buying a mini pochette, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's just so very useful. And it comes with a chain, which I usually tuck inside of it, but you can attach the chain to the other side and wear it as a little mini handbag. So there's just so many uses for this. I would definitely tell you, if you're looking for an entry-level Louis Vuitton item, then this would be the one. The next SLG that I've been loving this year is a more recent purchase, and it is the Louis Vuitton key pouch in the medium size. And I bought this earlier this year and I absolutely love it. Right now I use it as a catch-all in my work tote. These are actually my work keys that I attached to it. At the time that I bought this, I also bought the small key pouch, and I figured I would use the small key pouch more than the medium, but I've been using the medium so much and it's still in really good condition. I did a video on this earlier this year with all the details. So if you're interested in learning more about this, then go ahead and watch that video. But this is my #1 surprise favorite SLG this year. Another surprise SLG this year would have to be the Nice Mini. And I say that it's a surprise favorite SLG this year because last year it was on my least favorite handbag list. And I included it on my handbag list because I envisioned wearing this as a handbag, attaching a chain to it and wearing it crossbody. But that didn't work out so much for me. It works out perfect as its intended use as a cosmetic case. So I've been using this as my primary travel cosmetic case. I have this insert inside of it that I got off of Amazon, and the organizer made so much difference in how I use this. And when I'm not using it as a travel bag, it just sits on my vanity and I put my everyday makeup in it. I'm not using it right now because I need to give it a little bit of a break, but I love this. When I first bought it, I didn't use it. I think I even included it in my handbag regrets video, but man, I tell you, this has been my most used cosmetic bag this year. This next SLG is a little bit of a silent killer, and I say that because I think I only spent around $200 for it and I use it all the time. And it is this Prada cosmetic bag that I got from the Prada outlet for a couple $100. And I feel like it's just so carefree. I don't know if it's because I didn't spend a lot of money for it, that I don't care if it gets like dirty or whatever, because it is so dirty. Like, look at that. Look at all of that makeup inside of there. But I'm pretty sure it's easily washable. It's just so easy to use. Like, it's just so pliable and soft and smooth and lightweight that I just reach for it all the time. I have a lot more SLGs that I've used throughout the year, but I think those are my top ones and the ones that surprised me the most. Now for the SLGs that I found that I didn't use so much this year. And it doesn't mean that I regret buying them or that they're not good. I still like them, but for one reason or another, I just didn't reach for them. The first one, which really shocked me, and I mentioned this when I showed you the medium key pouch, is the small key pouch. I just haven't been using this as much as I thought I would when I bought it at the beginning of the year. And I think it's because it's a similar size to the mini pochette. The mini pochette holds a little more. It's a slightly bigger size, and so I gravitate more to my mini pochettes than I do this. But I would still recommend buying this if you're in the market for a smaller pochette, just because it's a lower price point than a mini pochette. But for me, myself, I gravitate more towards my mini pochettes, which I didn't think I would do when I decided to buy this. I thought this would kind of replace me using my mini pochettes so much, but it didn't. So unfortunately, I haven't gotten much use out of this year. The next SLG that hasn't been getting a lot of love this year is the Toiletry 26. Now, this used to be one of my favorite SLGs. I would use this inside of my larger totes, including my work bag, but I think that medium key pouch has replaced it. Also, I used to use this as a travel cosmetic bag, but I've been using my mini niece. You know, when you own a lot of SLGs and you own a lot of handbags, you know, you kind of have to rotate them throughout the year. And over time, I'm sure this will come back into heavy rotation because I do like it. Just hasn't been getting a lot of use this year. The next SLG that hasn't been getting enough love this year is the Louis Vuitton cosmetic pouch. And when I originally bought this a while ago, it's been a long time, this was considered the GM size, but now I think it's considered the MM size. This is in the Damier Ebene, and it has a red lining. I don't think they make this one anymore. I think it only comes in the classic monogram. One thing that annoys me about it, and it's probably why I don't reach for it more often, is the oval top. So when you put a lot of things in it, the oval part of it kind of takes away from how much you can put into it because it's not square. Also, if you put a lot into it, the top kind of gets a little wonky, and I just don't like the look of that. So even though I still do like it, I just don't use it as much because of those reasons. It's still a good investment. I think at the time that I bought it, it wasn't very much. Unfortunately, this doesn't get as much love these days, but I think it's still a good cosmetic bag. All right, so those are my most and least used SLGs of this year. Let me know what your most and least used SLGs were this year, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.